Dr. Sharma ji, Vice Chancellor, Jaipur National University, Chair of the session today, eminent thought leader and key speaker of today's function, Honorable Dr. Anil Khandelwal sir, transformers to the true sense, ex-CMD of Bank of Baroda, my colleague Professor S.P. Garg, convener for the lecture series, distinguished guests, faculty colleagues on the staff, students, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. We are delighted by the kind presence of Dr. K.L. Sharma ji, an eminent scholar and academician, carrying an illustrious career and experience behind of over 5 decades nationally and internationally, and we are delighted to welcome you, sir. We are highly honored and privileged to have with us Dr. Anil Khandelwal sir, who, in the words of Dr. Vijay Govindarajan, professor at Tux School, endorsing his bestseller, Dare to Lead, said that Dr. Khandelwal is a leader with a rare story of courage, passion and commitment. We most humbly acknowledge your guest's presence, sir. It also gives me a great pleasure to welcome all the dignitaries and colleagues in the audience to the second lecture of the Jaipuria Jaipur Thought Leadership Lecture Series. We recently started Thought Leadership Lecture Series, which is an initiative towards bringing in a transformational journey and a catalyst for the change in the society. It is believed that knowledge is the greatest purifier on this earth, and with knowledge and enlightenment, ignorance dilutes us no more. It helps us understand the self and then understand the rest. However, for attaining knowledge, one has to approach illuminated souls who can sow the seeds of wisdom and thought. The Thought Leadership Series intends to provide a platform for the Pink City of Jaipur, its academia, industries and its youth, where they all can journey together of understanding, questioning and transformation in the company of illuminated souls like Dr. Khandelwal and Dr. Sharma. The inaugural lecture of the series was delivered by Dr. V.S. Vyas Sahab on the topic India's Growth Strategy, Pitfalls and Possibilities on 27th of January 2012, which was held in the Pink City Press Club, and the session was chaired by Dr. Kanta Ahuja ji, the ex-Vice Chancellor of Rajasthan University. The theme of the day chosen is Leadership Challenges in Uncertain Times. Time, as we all know, has never been certain. Dimensions and gravity of its uncertainty always has been in flux. If today the world is talking of a slowdown and euro crisis, high inflation and cost pressures, capacity and structural bottlenecks, about 2 decades back, countries like India talked of bankruptcy as a nation, lack of competitive power, policy ills and more. And in between these decades, the world also faced bankruptcy in governance, accountability and systems, translating into Southeast Asian crisis, US subprime crisis and crises like Lehman Brothers and more. Each of those eras threw different challenges before organizations, countries, societies and for leaders leading them. But is it enough to talk about the economic uncertainties only, or only those uncertainties which starkly glare into our own eyes? I think this would not serve any good. 2 days back in his maiden speech, the new President of India talked of the possibility of a fourth world war, third being the Cold War, which for Asia was quite warm. In recent times, we come across the political and social movements in the Islamic and Middle East countries reflecting the undercurrents worldwide. Social unrest reflected across states within our own country through challenges of different nature which are even more complex. Inequity, injustice, unemployment, poor living condition, apathy, poor governance, political gimmickry can be found in the genesis. My dear friends, I come from a state which has been lagging behind almost all the states in the country for years together, except for the silver lining which can be seen out of the new leadership in Nitish Kumar. Within the state, I come from a district or a constituency where history so far could be made only because leaders like Paswan won elections by record unheard margins and not because of the huge margins which could be made out of business or commerce out of the exports of banana, lychee, spices and many similar resources it has. As a child, when I visited my village home, one found the stockyards full of cash crops like tobacco, potato, red chili, maize, etc. and we all had a feast time with the village full of youth and prosperity. The place, Mehnar, was known for its color factory and its gulab jamun, which we were told were exported overseas. Today, neither of these exist. The village is empty, youth is with empty hands, without any job, the farmers have no crops, stockpiles have disappeared. Nor do the benefits of the new economy reach them in which the better India is growing. What is even more alarming is that this scenario of today, even in most advanced states like Punjab, is recurring. Hope is there with success stories around, but the challenge is how to make it inclusive and broad-based. Who is going to lead it and how? The uncertain times that the illuminating minds should be talking of today is of the unforeseen events and consequences of these social, economic and political realities. The uncertain times we need to explore is not out of policy paralysis only, but also the paralysis we see in our values, accountability, discipline, integrity and honesty. We also need to explore the time which is before us where the new generation is cut off with the real India as the new India emerges as a divided India. One aspiring for global standards and the other not even getting into standard 1 of the primary school. If the times are going to be so uncertain and complex, we thought it appropriate that this platform should discuss these challenges, and we are blessed with the presence of a leader whose motto has been of transformation, not of an organization, but of the society and people at large. In the words of Mr. K.V. Kamath, Chairman ICICI Bank and now the Chairman of Infosys, Dr. Khandelwal demonstrates how innovative thinking and strategic leadership enabled the bank to deploy technology, re-energize its brand and leverage its human capital to successfully reposition itself. Dr. Khandelwal demonstrated effective use of employees and process innovations to create dramatic business outcomes in short time. His story provides a blueprint for undertaking large transformations. Similarly, the Academy also recognizes him as a leader par excellence when the likes of Dr. Preetam Singh said that it is an incredible story of Anil's dynamic leadership resulting in par excellence outcomes. We are privileged indeed to have Dr. Khandelwal with us to talk on the leader's role in uncertain times. We also have another eminent leader amidst us in Dr. K.L. Sharma, who as a leader has given directions to institutions and have created institutions which become a fertile ground for new thinking and new directions. I am personally honored to welcome both the leaders. Also, I welcome you all in the audience once again, hoping that we will have a great evening together. Thank you.